There's something off about Sigma males, not in a bad way, more like an intriguing, frustrating, impossible to ignore way. They don't act like other men. They don't follow the usual rules of attraction. And yet, they have this pull, this strange magnetism that makes them impossible to forget. Women can't quite put their finger on it. One minute, a Sigma male seems totally uninterested, detached, almost cold. The next, he's looking at you in a way that makes your stomach drop, like he sees something no one else does. And that's what makes them so weird. They don't just attract people, they get inside their heads without even trying. So what exactly makes them so different? What are the strange, unpredictable behaviors that only Sigma males seem to have? Let's dive into the 7 weirdest things they do. Things that leave people confused, obsessed, and completely hooked. 1. They take control in the bedroom, but only on their terms. Most men are predictable in bed. They either try too hard to impress, or they follow whatever the woman wants without a second thought. Sigma males, they're different. They're not about dominance for the sake of dominance. They don't bark orders, they don't put on a show, and they don't follow some scripted idea of what a man should do in bed. Instead, they take control in a way that feels natural, like it's just who they are. The weird thing? They won't always give it to you. See, most guys will jump at any opportunity for sex. But a Sigma male, he's selective. He operates on his own schedule, his own rhythm. If he's into you, he'll pull you in. If he's not feeling it, he won't force it. And that makes him impossible to predict. One night, he might grab you, pin you down, and make you forget your own name. The next, he might barely touch you at all, leaving you wondering if you imagined the whole thing. It's not about playing games. It's about control. His own control. 2, they disappear without a word and don't feel bad about it. Most people feel an almost compulsive need to explain themselves. If they leave a party early, they come up with an excuse. If they stop texting someone, they offer an apology. But Sigma males, they vanish without warning, without explanation, and without regret. This isn't because they're rude or inconsiderate. It's because they move on when something no longer serves them. They don't believe in wasting time on forced conversations, shallow connections, or social events they have no interest in. If a Sigma male is in a situation that drains him, he's out. No dramatic exits, no long speeches, no fake goodbyes, just silence. And that silence drives people crazy. See, most people assume a lack of explanation means something is wrong, that the Sigma male is upset, angry, or secretly plotting some kind of revenge. But the truth is much simpler. They just don't care enough to justify themselves. To a Sigma, explaining his actions feels pointless. Why should he reassure people who don't understand his mindset? Why should he validate their emotions when they wouldn't do the same for him? Instead of wasting energy on comforting others, he redirects that energy toward himself, toward his goals, his passions, and his own peace of mind. And that's what makes this so weird. 3, they make you feel like the only person in the world, then vanish for days. When a Sigma male is present, he's really present. Unlike most people who divide their attention between conversations, phone screens, and mental distractions, a Sigma male locks in. If he's talking to you, he's listening. He's analyzing, absorbing, and understanding you on a level that most people never experience. And it feels different. Most people go through life never truly being seen. But when a Sigma male focuses on you, it's like standing under a spotlight. He notices things others don't. He remembers the little details, the things you casually mentioned weeks ago, the way your mood shifts when certain topics come up. It's intoxicating. For a brief moment, you feel like the center of the universe, like no one else matters, like this quiet, mysterious person has unlocked some hidden part of you that even you didn't know existed. And then he's gone. Not in a rude way, not in an "I'll never speak to you again" way, but in a way that makes you wonder if the whole thing even happened. Texts go unanswered, calls ignored, plans postponed indefinitely. And just when you think he's forgotten about you completely, he's back, picking up right where he left off, as if no time has passed at all. It's maddening, it's confusing, and it's weird. But to a Sigma male, it's just how he operates. See, Sigmas don't do attachment the way other people do. They value deep connections, but they don't need them in the same way others do. They can engage intensely when they want to, but the second they feel suffocated, they retreat into their solitude. 4. They turn you on without even trying and act like it's nothing. Most guys try too hard to be sexy. They flex in mirrors, drop corny pickup lines, or act overly dominant in an attempt to impress. Sigma males, they do none of that. And yet, they're some of the most naturally attractive men out there. Here's what makes it so weird. A Sigma male can sit in complete silence, barely making an effort, and yet the room feels different when he's in it. There's an energy around him, something quiet, something restrained, something that makes you wonder what's going on inside his head. Women feel this. They sense the way a Sigma male moves, the way he listens, the way he doesn't try to impress, because he doesn't need to. He won't throw compliments at you like candy. He won't chase you or flood your phone with messages. But when he does give you attention, it feels intentional. And that's what drives women crazy. It's the confidence, the stillness, the mystery, the way his eyes lock onto yours for just a second too long, just enough to send a jolt through your spine, before he looks away like nothing even happened, like it was all in your head. That's what makes Sigma males so weirdly seductive. It's not about trying, it's about being. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. 5. They leave you wanting more, even after they're gone. Here's the strangest thing about being with a Sigma male. He never fully belongs to you, even when he's next to you, even when his hands are on your skin, even when his lips are at your ear, whispering things that make your knees weak. There's always a part of him that feels untouchable, and that's what makes him addicting. Most guys give you everything right away. They text too much. They overshare. They try to lock you down before you even decide if you want them. Sigma males, they give you just enough to keep you interested, enough to make you wonder, enough to leave an imprint in your mind long after he's gone. He might disappear for days. He might not always reply when you expect him to. He might seem distant, even after the most intimate moments. But when he is with you, you feel like the only person in the world. And that's what makes him so hard to forget. Because even when you think you've moved on, even when you try to convince yourself he was just another guy, something about him lingers. The way he touched you, the way he made you feel, the way he never fully gave himself to you. 6. They make you chase them, even when you swore you wouldn't. Most guys chase women. They're the ones texting first, planning the dates, trying to keep a woman's attention before she loses interest. But a Sigma male, he flips the script. Not because he's playing some childish game, not because he's trying to manipulate you, but because he genuinely doesn't chase. And that drives women insane. See, most men are predictable. When a woman pulls away, they panic. They double text. They start acting overly sweet, thinking it'll win her back. Sigma males, they don't react at all. If you stop texting him, he doesn't care. If you take too long to reply, he moves on. If you try to make him jealous, you're wasting your time, and that's when it happens. That little voice in your head starts whispering, "Why isn't he chasing me?" You check your phone, nothing. You wonder if he's even thinking about you. And that's when you start chasing him. You tell yourself you wouldn't. You swear you don't chase guys. But with a Sigma, it's different. He's not ignoring you to play a game. He's just focused on himself. And that indifference, it's magnetic. 7. They make you feel safe, and that's what scares you most. There's something about a Sigma male that makes you feel safe. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. It's not because he showers you with compliments or promises. It's because he's unshakable. He doesn't get jealous over petty things. He doesn't crumble when life gets hard. He doesn't let his emotions control him. And when you're around that kind of energy, something shifts. You feel like you can let your guard down. Like you don't have to put on a show. Like you can just breathe. But that's what makes it scary, because he's not like other men. Most guys get clingy once they know you trust them. They start pushing for more commitment, more attention, more of your time. A Sigma, he doesn't push at all. He lets you come to him. He gives you space. He enjoys your presence, but he never needs it. And that's when the fear creeps in. Because deep down, you know that if you ever walked away, he wouldn't stop you. He wouldn't beg. He wouldn't cry. He wouldn't make a scene. He'd just let you go. And that's what makes Sigma males so rare. They don't manipulate. They don't force. They don't demand. They just are. And once you've been with one, you'll never feel the same around another man again. Sigma males are different. They don't fit into society's boxes. They don't follow the rules of dating, relationships, or attraction. And that's what makes them so powerful. They don't chase. They don't beg. They don't explain themselves. They move on their own time. And whether you love them, hate them, or can't stop thinking about them, you'll never forget them. If you found this video eye-opening, imagine what else is coming. Sigma males don't follow the crowd, and neither should you. Hit subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next drop. Let's keep breaking the rules, rewriting the game, and mastering the Sigma way. Your journey starts now.